Hey guys, what up? So in this video, I'm going to be looking at a site called Site123, and this is a website that is really catered towards really people that want to get a website up and running as fast as possible. Really, any business owner that is trying to have a modern, professional portfolio type of website. This is like the perfect product. A lot of people will tell you like to use WordPress and things like that. So. Um, that's something that people have the ability to do, but some of that stuff carries a decent amount of complexity, having to set up your own server, having to deal with domain purchasing, domain like DNS forwarding. You have to set up databases, you have to maintain your database to make sure that there's no SQL injections and things like that. So there's a ton of complexity that is involved with just even the simplest of websites. So for people that don't want to have that type of complexity in their lives, like people that really aren't trying to do all that from scratch, there's a lot of people out there. So Site123 is really catered towards getting people and getting them a website as quickly as possible. All right, so I was actually messing around with this website earlier where I was creating a hipster code website and just trying to see what I could do here. But I want to just give you, you can see I was kind of joking around where I said get S done. But it's kind of what Site123 is all about. It's about getting stuff done as quickly as possible. You can see, like if you wanted to have like a modern bootstrap theme, they have all that stuff out of the box. Now you're probably like, well, what if this theme isn't right for me? They have all kinds of different themes that you can actually choose from. This is just like the one portfolio theme that I ended up, doing just initially. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually edit the site. So I'm going to go back in here. All right, so on the home page, you can see that you can have different images and stuff like that you can have for the slider. You could even turn that slider off if that's not something that you're interested in. So before I even go into editing what I was playing around with earlier, I just want to show you the actual create a new website process. So you can see there's a big button here. It just says create a new website. And this is what I was talking about, where you have all kinds of different options. A lot of templates are like one size fits all, so you don't have like a music. It doesn't really change like too much between a photography or a restaurant. Like, so if you're a restaurant owner, you could, I'll just do that. All right, so now it generates this starter website. We can take the tour. I'm not going to take the tour right now, but here you can see that this is much more catered towards an actual restaurant where you have your menu online. So for anybody that has like a small pizza shop or something like that, then it's much easier just to use a website builder like Site123 to go ahead and just get that taken care of for you. You can have your contact and set your point of contact down here. Let me clear these messages. If you need help, they're also there to help you. In fact, it's quite ridiculous the amount of pop-ups they'll prompt you with, but all you gotta do is just shut it down. All right, so here's another template that I just brought up, which is the e-commerce platform. So if you wanted to sell stuff, like if you're a basic artist or just selling stuff like an Etsy type shop, then you could have a working shopping cart. So one of the great things about a site like this Site123 is that, like I said before, if you're a pizza shop guy or you're like a plumber or something like that, then a lot of people don't want to deal with the hassle of having to learn how to code, even if it's HTML and CSS or basic JavaScript. That's only like half of actually running a website. I've had my websites go down because I've done database migrations all incorrectly, breaking everything. So having some people manage that stuff for you, if you really don't feel like that is your area of expertise, is like really it makes it a huge benefit to people that aren't programmers. But even if you're a programmer like myself, they gave me an offer on this, so I'm going to actually set up my new media website for it, I believe, and that's something that I'm going to be working on here. But as another side note here, you can see that this website is actually created using the same template. And this has their cart and everything in place. All right, so that's pretty cool. All right, so here I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually edit the images here. These are all images that I paid for legit. I didn't steal it or download it or anything. I totally paid for these. I paid for them from iStock Photography, I think it was. So you can see here, if I'm building like a company page, like I own a domain that's called Noob Media LLC. At least I think I own it. I have never done anything with it. I bought it years ago, and I don't think I've ever done anything with it. But it's the parent company to everything I do online. So like, I don't know. I don't really talk about it very often, but that's honestly like any sort of business deals, any bank account, any like all that stuff is done through the business and not like my personal stuff here. So the interesting thing is like I wanted to build a website and I just never did. So I guess here is my first time I'm going to do it. Now you can see clearly that comic, whatever it is not a very professional looking thing. I'm looking for more of like probably like a cursive or. Then again, like I don't really have any business cards or anything, so it's kind of difficult to say. That looks kind of cool, but it's hard to read. So one of the things whenever you're dealing with, that's kind of cool too. See, but I'm a terrible judge of font and things like that. Like I'm just terrible at it. So whatever I think is good is generally bad. Here's something good. There you go. That's professional. You know what, just for right now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to do this. The nice thing is that I don't have to upload CSS or anything, so if I change it, I can just come back in here and update it. So what is my slogan at Noob Media LLC? Let's think. I don't know. There we go. All right, and then our button, read more. Let's see. Well, yeah, I'm not going to read more. All right, you know what? We're not going to do that. All right, let's, how do I get rid of this thing? It might make me have it, actually. What if I, oh, okay, yeah, if I don't put any text, it goes away. Okay, good. All right, let's save it before anything bad happens. Oh, I don't want to publish it yet, though. All right, so here's like the pages, like about, and here's where I'd actually go ahead and update all that. So I can say edit. All right, you know what? Now that I've done my little about, I need to go back to my home page and be a little bit more professional than I don't know. I could say empowering the world through technology. All right, so let's move down to the pages. We have our promo, about. So this isn't my image, so I'm going to need to upload a different image. So down here you can actually update your team, and you can see that my team has uno numero, or numero uno. Yeah, there's one guy on my team, and that's me. And all of you, of course. You guys are all my teammates as well. But I think 52,000 faces, that'd actually be pretty awesome. If I had the time, I would put like 52,000 faces like right on this joint. That'd be really cool, actually. So here is my 3 services that I just made up off the top of my head. I said consulting, which I'm not in the market to consult really at the moment. I said New Media offers information technology consultancy services, whatever that means. Expert technology services. New Media provides expert experience in today's IT environment. All right, and then I said sponsorship, seek maximum exposure via a New Media LLC sponsorship. All right, so now I'm going to move down to my contact information. And here for my email, I can do an auto reply, which is pretty awesome. And I'll say, Is that right? Or should I just say CEO? See, I don't even know. It's such a stupid title. You know, I'm not even going to say that. I'll just say... And since there's only one, I say I. All right, that's good enough for me. All right, so that's another thing too, is like if you've ever tried to deal with your own mail server, that can be one of the biggest nightmares ever. Plus, you have to really worry about your mail server being hacked, because then your mail server could end up being, you know, used to like fish and spam and do all kinds of stuff, where next thing you know the FBI is knocking on your door like, dude, why are you sending out all this stuff? All right, so now we can go with the design. I'm definitely not going to change the layout, but if I wanted to change the layout, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. You can see the different color themes. They kind of go with my regular hipster code website, so I'll probably just keep that the way it is. I can do my fonts and change those. I'll probably just keep those the way they are. Show search tool, no, I'm not going to do that. Show phone number, I'm not going to do that. Show address, I'm not going to do that. Show social networks, so I do need to edit that. So here I will put in my YouTube account. And the Twitter and the Facebook is, I'm not really going to do Facebook. All right, and here is Twitter. So now what's cool though, because I updated the social networks here, if I go like down here, you can see that there's like YouTube and, yeah, I don't want to exit, but you can see that that is on there. Show action buttons. No, I don't have that. All right, footer layout, social network, show mailing list. I don't have one. We'll just go with the default there. Favicon, I don't really have one either. I don't have that either. All right, so now this is where you can get into some other cool stuff too. Like you can set it to multi-page or like a single page app. You can have terms and conditions. So like if you edit your terms, you would put all that stuff inside of here. All right, so here I'm going to be pasting in a site terms and conditions, which is like a legal document that I've created a long time ago, and I use it on my different websites that pertains to my business. And also I want to have a privacy policy. Every like legit website has a privacy policy. So a lot of places like Amazon and things like that, they won't even work with you if you don't have a privacy policy in place. So you should always do that. In fact, like right here, I'm kind of using the same privacy policy that I'm using from Hipster Code. So I'm going to change that to Noob Media LLC. Okay, so now I have a legit privacy policy. Search engine optimization, so homepage will say IT consulting and marketing. So really it's three things: education, consulting, and marketing. Homepage title. Yeah, I'm just going to paste the same thing in all three of them right now. So English, date format, time zone. The hell? There we go. Now, another cool thing I wanted to show you guys is like they have this plugins thing. So if you needed to integrate Google Analytics into the site or AdWords, if you were trying to advertise for your product and your homepage, then they have the tools right there for you. Webmaster Tools, anytime you build a new website, you should always register it with Google Webmaster Tools, so that way Google knows about your site and they'll start indexing it and everything like that. Twitter, I'm not a big fan, or really I know anything too much about it, so I can't comment on a lot of these other things. But definitely like Analytics, AdWords, and I don't know, that's about it. Another thing too is they have this live support chat, which is pretty sweet. So like if you were really like if you had somebody that you were paying to be available for the product, and that's pretty sweet. All right, so we're done here. So now if I go ahead and I save it, I'm going to say I want to publish it. So you can actually see it publicly. You guys could even go to the site and you can see IT education, consulting, blah, blah, blah. This probably needs a little bit of work. That's too light of an image. In fact, I should probably switch that out, which I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to switch one of these images here where I say, you know what? I guess these are free images that they're allowing you to use. All right, so that's a little bit better. Like putting a darker image there makes it a little bit easier to read. I should probably change the color, maybe. I don't know. But here, I mean, I have a pretty legit, website. So and it was very easy to create. Obviously, I did it in a matter of like 10 minutes. So for people that don't have an IT background, it saves them a ton of time to use a site like this. So you can see, since it's a single page app, if you click on any one of these links here, it'll take you down to the certain section where it's at. If you guys want to get in contact with me, feel free to do it through this email, since now it's going to end up going directly to me. And down here, it's simple footer and stuff like that. All right, so the final thing I'll mention on this review here is that if you look at the domain, you can see that hipstercode.com.site123.me is actually the domain that you go to get a public, to get here publicly. Now you have the ability though to purchase the domain through Site123 so that it doesn't have to have site123.me on the end, because obviously a lot of people don't want to add that to their domain name. So if you have hipstercode.com or something like that, you could transfer it over to Site123, or you could purchase the domain directly with Site123 when you're setting up your product. So that's probably a question that a lot of you guys will have. You can see here that, like, if I were going to actually keep this permanently, I definitely am not going to keep on the Site123, but it does allow me to at least, publish, collaborate with other people, and do it, for free. So, all right, guys, make sure you take a look at the site for more information. The description is in the description contains the link for Site123.me down below. So if you guys are interested, it's Site123.com. One second. There it goes. All right, and you can just click start here, sign up through Google or whatever, and you can get going. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and have a good day. Bye. Hey guys, so a lot of you ask me, how do I get my foot in the door to become a programmer? And I just want to take a moment to mention Dev Mountain Coding Bootcamp is a 12-week intensive course that focuses on the technologies of the here and now for web development. Some of the things that they're actually teaching in this 12-week course, it's geared to get you into the industry by focusing on things like jQuery, Node.js, React, Angular, how to use GitHub. So a lot of the things that you're going to need to do as a developer, as soon as you start, they're going to be teaching you in this coding bootcamp, and the entire goal is to be able to get you into the industry within 12 weeks. So if you guys are interested in learning more information about Dev Mountain Coding Bootcamp, just check out the link in the description tab of this video. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.